Hello, and welcome to our introduction about the Bachelor of Innovation, Teaching Learning Innovations. I'm Terry Bold, Elpamar Professor of Innovation and Security, and the founder of the Bachelor of Innovation at UCCS. So let's start with asking the question, why are we looking at innovation? Well, innovation is the value driver for our economy. As it increases, so does our productivity, which creates wealth. Business has been told over and over again they have to innovate or die, and for decades that's sort of been a mantra. And it's part of how we drive our economy. The National Academy of Engineering in their report Engineering 2020 said if we're going to keep our lead, innovation is the key. And in the report they get into the fact that you can't really do this by having one program, one course, one department. So if innovation is so important, why aren't schools actually teaching innovation? I kept asking myself, why? And then I recognized that why didn't somebody do something about it? Well, I'm somebody. So I came to UCCS to help launch this program, and with a bunch of other people, we're changing the way education happens. So why doesn't it happen? Universities are often built around silos for art and math and every different department. And it doesn't matter if they're ivy-colored hybrid silos or tech silos or RD silos. Academics love to live in their silos, their own little fields. But at its core, innovation is interdisciplinary. It's where people and business and technology and other things come together. So what is innovation? Is it creativity? No. Creativity is thinking up doing things. Innovation is doing new things. Is it research and technology? Well, innovation has nothing to do with how much you spend on R&D dollars. When Apple came up with the Mac, IBM was outspending it by a large amount, but it's about the people you have and how you lead them. Rainier said research is the transformation of money into knowledge. Innovation is the transformation of knowledge into money. Peter Drucker, leading business thinker, sees it as a type of instrument of entrepreneurship that makes new wealth. And Jay Semmett views innovation as not about just creating wealth, but actually value capture. So what is innovation? It's not an idea, invention, or research. It's a process. It has all those steps put together, but we view it as the transformation of ideas into impact, and that's what innovation is. So it's a teachable process, and that's the important part. If we view it as ideas plus execution, the ideas are a small part of it. Most of it is this execution part, and so the innovation process is understanding how to go through the process of coming up with ideas, testing them, applying them, scaling them, and iterating through that as you go through all the parts of the problem. Can we really teach people to be entrepreneurs or innovators? Well, if we look at this sort of triangle, we see drive, entrepreneurialism, and science, and there's a bunch of people that are naturally innovative in entrepreneurship. People like Steve Jobs don't need to be taught any of this stuff. And there's a lot of people that are just never going to try and change the world, but there's a lot of more of us that are in the middle that we can develop into innovators via education and experiences by giving them things and putting them on teams to give them the skills and work with other people to make it happen. So as we already mentioned, innovation is really not, in our view, interdisciplinary, it's multidisciplinary. It's how these different fields come together. Innovation is a team thing, and we have to get you to understand how to work on those teams. The BI is a field where we have many different majors. We have business, arts, humanities, education, games, science, engineering. We have 18 different majors across those fields, plus an innovation core that brings it all together. So when we look at what is a normal major, we have a BA, BS, you have a major education component, electives. The BI transforms that. We leave the major pretty much alone. We add an innovation core by modifying the electives in general education to bring it all together. And then you get to work on those teams. So we start with this idea of what we call cross-disciplinary cores, where you have your core of innovation plus some skills in one of the areas of technology, entrepreneurship, globalization, and communication. We work in your communication. We make you have a class where you take technical proposal writing and write real proposals for real money. We make you understand business and intellectual property law, where intellectual property is a huge part of the value of today's world. We get you working on teams, not just once, not even just twice, but we really want to help you learn how to learn inside those teams, to work with other people, working with clients, and eventually leading your own team as part of the project. Those team projects have worked with a wide range of different kinds of clients. So we've worked with a bunch of small businesses, large businesses. We've helped them win grants. We've helped our partner companies win more than $4.5 million of SBIR and other funding. So the BI is an award-winning program with now 18 different field areas and 380 students in 4 different colleges. If you want to look for it in the web, we're now the #1 site for degrees in innovation. So how do you get started? Well, for that, you want to come visit us. We understand that those that can do, so we want to give you those. If you want to impact the world, you want to change it, let us help you start down your journey. Only if you're crazy enough to do something can you really change the world. So we want to help you start down that process. So let's talk about how you can do BI, how we can get you into innovation. Come join us at UCCS and learn how to innovate you. together and